Today on Caliber 50 Customs. Hello everybody, welcome back to the range. Tom here, and today we're gonna be doing a mashup. I got this 18-wheeler base for the 44 Willy's Jeep pickup truck 4x4. So, why don't we go ahead and start field stripping, and let's see what we can come up with. Now, I didn't really know what I was gonna do yet. I just knew I kind of wanted it to look different than, having it with big off-road tires and, so I thought I'd give it a little shot. And no, I didn't go rat rod on this. I went nice and clean, like it was brand new. Most of the parts I kept from the base of the 18-wheeler. And it was one of those John Deere ones I got from Walmart because I really liked the wheels on it, so I decided to keep them. And it turned out looking better than I was expecting for the final result. And this was a back burner car for a while, the 44 Willy's Jeep. I think that's the year. Don't quote me on it. If I got it wrong, I'm sorry. But it was a back burner vehicle, and I've had it for over a year. I just didn't know what I was going to do with it. So, what I ended up doing with it is I took my jeweler saw and I cut the bed off. And you'll see that here in a little bit. And I'm just kind of stringing up my jeweler saw right now. And cut the bed off of it. I kind of modified the frame a little bit to make it to where I can fit it to the 18-wheeler half. I really had a lot of fun with this build. I really did. It was really fun. And I'm going to be having another mashup car build probably near in the future. I'm going to start doing mashups here and there. And these are just fun. You get to use your imagination and just to see what you come up with. And just remember, a lot of people told me that this is your video, this is your build. You build how you want to build it. Don't worry about how everybody else does it. You're the one that's building. You do it the way you want it to be done. And that's what I've always been told. From Keith from Outlaw Speed Shop and Paul from Diecast Graveyard. They're always like, it's your build. You build it how you want to build it. Don't worry about it what anybody else says. And, I did what I wanted to do. I cut off the back half, it's got even a little drive shaft. I kept part of the drive shaft. And, it was really simple design that I was going with. I just had to modify a lot of stuff. I had to modify the interior, I had to modify the base for the Willy's pickup. But all in all, it turned out great. I really love how it turned out. And things went smoothly on this. Like, I literally got this build done in 2 days. I got the designing and everything, and I just started painting yesterday. And You know, the way everything went with this, I was really happy. Because right here, I'm just modifying the front end so I can put the 18 wheeler tires in. Kind of like a little low ride rat rod. But, you know, I didn't go rat rod. But what I did was, you know, after I modified the front, it just didn't look right sticking out the sides of the front end, so I thought I'd extend the front end a little bit and put the axle on that way. And it worked better. It did a lot better than I was expecting. You got the little post, you know, just kind of helping out with a little bit of extra support for that front axle piece. And, you know, I love, you know, modifying. I love making my own things. I love, you know, creating stuff that, you know, I don't have to buy. I like using my mind. I like using my creativity. And that's the one thing, you know, these builds are good for. You know, you see something in your head and you're like, man, I wonder what that would look like this. And that's what I would do. Most of my cars, most of my castings I just wing it most of the time. Some of them I have a plan, some of them I don't. But this one I was just kind of winging the front end. I didn't know how I was going to do it at first. I was trying to do a certain way, and it just wasn't working, so I just kind of would modify and finally got to how I wanted to look. And right here, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to attach the back to the front. And I tried two different ways. Just the first way wasn't looking right. You know, I was just trying to use just little pieces of square styrene, just kind of match them. And I was like, you know what, that's not going to work. So what I did was I took a sheet of styrene, cut it up, and glued it to the base, and kind of fit them together and matched them up, and they did perfect. They looked good. They looked like they belong, and I kind of modified it, made it look like it was part of the back frame, and you know, it's got a little trailer. I even modified the trailer a little bit, so I was really happy with it. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for further notifications. I'm also going to be doing a partial mail call. You know, this came from Paul at Diecast Graveyard. A little brand new, never been used airbrush. You know, I've been working on getting stuff for an airbrush kit so I can start doing airbrush work. You know. And Paul, I can't thank you enough for this beautiful kit. I love this, everything. You know, I'm going to be doing some research, and before I actually start working on airbrushing, I'm going to get like tutorials on how to do it, you know, what I need to do, how to clean my, you know, airbrush gun. You know, I want to do it right. I'm not going to just rush in and start putting paint in it and just start spraying around. Sorry, not happening. You know, I want to take my time with this, so the first couple videos of it will turn out good. But y'all might not see, you know, me using the airbrush kit right off the bat. You know, I still got to get the stuff I need for it, like the compressor and the booth and everything else. You know, I really love this airbrush gun. You know, Paul, I can't thank you enough. Your package for the September giveaway will be going out this upcoming Friday. Not this Friday, but next Friday. So just be on the lookout for that. You know, I love this kit. I'm gonna keep it to the side, and I guarantee you, the first video I do with, you know, airbrushing, I'm gonna be using this exact gun. So, you know, let's see how that goes. And like I said, thank you so much. I can't wait to start using it. Alright, back to the build. I thought I'd throw a little bit of a mail call in there for everybody. And, you know, I took bits and pieces from other castings. Like, I had an 18-wheeler casting I took review mirrors from. I had little boxes I took from it, so I modified the base to put the boxes on. And, of course, me, the way I am, you know, I like making my own exhaust. I like making, you know, engines pop out. You know, I wanted to go hot rod kind of look, but clean. You know, I had my little hauler trailer, and, you know, the trailer I ended up putting a ramp on, modifying it, took it off of one of those haulers, Hot Wheel haulers, ones that they use for the, I guess, the tracks. And I took the drop ramp off of that to put on my trailer, and it worked perfectly. Had to modify, you know, drill out, you know, not really drill out. I made my own little hinge and anything. Well, back to the, you know, actual casting I'm working on. You know, I cut out a little section of the hood. I was gonna cut the entire hood out, but I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna do that. You know, I want it to look like it's supposed to, you know, look. I didn't want an engine just blown out, you know, just cutting out the hood. So what I did just, you know, I did just cut out part of the hood so an engine would stick out, because I wanted that look. I wanted to make it where it looked like a hot rod, but it was a clean one. And you see me mocking up like a lot, you know. I just want to make sure that everything is going to fit perfectly before final assembly. And yeah, I don't have a video of it being on the turntable. I don't know what happened to it. I did video it, but it just disappeared. Of the before and afters. Well, I have the after video. So. But, you know, the hood was a little difficult cut out because I had the post in there and I had to get rid of the post and all that jive. But I did a lot of filing just to make it to where the engine would sit in. And it took a while. That was the most thing that took the time, was the cutting and filing. And yeah, I did the exhaust and everything off camera, and I'm sorry, you know, some people always ask me, how do you make your headers, or how did you do that, you know, because most people know I make my own exhausts, most of the time. And, you know, I was making sure that the engine was going to fit inside the hood, so I had to do a lot of filing. And it honestly, that was the longest part of the video, was filing, cutting, and filing. And I ended up putting mirrors from another casting onto this Willy's pickup. You know, I was very, I don't know what it was. Something told me to put them on there, and I'm glad I did, because it made it look really nice. It really did. And right here, I'm filing down the sides a little bit, so the exhaust had something to flow up against, so it's not going to be catching on anything. And, you know, it just, I wanted it to flow. And that's the thing, is if it didn't flow, I didn't like it. You know, but luckily enough, everything flowed. Even the paint, I didn't have to restrip it or nothing. So I was really happy with the way everything turned out. You know, didn't have to restrip the paint, didn't have to, you know, really do any new or redo modifications. You know, it came together perfectly. Like, from the moment I started it to the moment I stopped videoing, everything was going well. And I don't get those a lot. Normally I'm, you know, stripping them down like 3 or 4 times. you know. But I ended up losing the windshield, so I had to redo my own, but that's okay. I had plastic to do, and luckily enough, they were straight pieces for the back and front windshield, so you can't really tell. So I was actually really happy with it. You know, cut them the right size, they fit just fine. Yeah, one of them looks a little weird. Actual windshield, if I did. And the colors I went with this. I bought a can of pearlescent paint from Hobby Lobby, and I've always wanted to try it. I had to put a black base coat on it, which was fine. I did my primer first, and then I went black. But I didn't expect to actually get the pearlescent looking the way it did. I'm making the stacks for the truck. Here's my boxes I'm putting on. I've already chromed the base, because I wanted it clean. Like I said, I didn't want it to look like a rat rod or anything like that. I'm just trying to measure up and see exactly how I'm going to want to do the stacks. I ended up putting, a tube styrene over the solid rod styrene. And when I cut it to size. Here I am with the final results of how it looks with the exhaust end. I'm just touching up the chrome. Like I said, I wanted it clean. I wanted this to look clean. And I did all the chrome parts. Just kind of lifted up a little bit. And it was fun. And I used a garnet red for the interior. Because I didn't know what kind of color I was going to go with the interior. So I was like, you know what? Maybe the red will go with this pearlescent color. Boy, I right. I was happy. Enjoyed everything. Painting part of the interior black. Just kind of just going along. Making it look like it's supposed to. Making it look like it goes together. And it did. I was really happy with the way the interior turned out. I was really happy with the way the body turned out. And I hope y'all really enjoy what I did. Because there's no before, there's only after video footage. I know y'all remember the exact what we started with. No, we're not going to reveal just yet. There's that pearlescent color. Purple, blue, black. Oh my god. I fell in love with that color. So I'm going to do another vehicle in that color just to do it. I was really happy with the way it turned out. I was really happy with the way it shined. I could not. I don't know. I was dumbfounded by how it looked. I'm really happy with the way it looked. Really pleased how this whole project came together. And I'm going to be having some still shot footage. But like I said before, y'all remember what I started with. So why don't we check out the final results. See ya next time at the range.